Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with the new recap and review of the Challenge 42, episode 4. This episode, just like the last episode, drops us off literally right into the challenge. Like there's no prologue, beginning, nothing. We right they're going to the challenge as soon as it starts. I
Yeah, I
still
thought
don't
this was gonna
know.
be. I thought this
I
was.
told
I
you
thought
I'm
that when
still
I saw the
feeling.
boat, I thought it was like a day trip. Like we're gonna get like a little day on the lake or something, you know. But no, like you said, as soon as I saw the blue, the gray, and the orange, I was like, dang, they really do just
Yeah.
really throwing us in these challenges.
Yeah, and I fast forwarded as well the very beginning because so I wouldn't see the trailer. I don't need to see a trailer at the
Yeah,
beginning of the episode
I don't know why they started that. That's weird.
because I know like let's say like Love Island. Love Island does that. Like tonight, this is what's
Yeah,
gonna happen. I don't think shows like the challenge need that, especially
especially
since
when it's elimination based and like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not a
they don't
social.
need
I mean,
that.
it's a social game, but.
Yeah, I think it gives it away. So I fast forwarded past the like preview right to the beginning of the episode. But yeah, so drop us off right at the challenge, and we see that this is going to be a water challenge.
Yeah. So this challenge was called Infiltration Dive. And it tasked the teams with swimming to a dock, then one at a time, swimming a certain amount of distance. They would have to completely submerge themselves underwater. Go into they did have air cones to surface in, and then along the way they would have to grab a puzzle piece and then take it to the next dock. You would think that the blue team being, and they had to get all their people across the way. You would think that the blue team having only five people instead of eight, like the other two teams, would have the advantage, but quickly, once again, blue team. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's
Well, the they were doing good. They were in the lead up to three. They were in the lead up to three, but then once they got to Kara and then Nelson, then that they couldn't pull through because Kara nor Nelson were able to dive. And Kara, I don't remember her having like swimming
I
troubles
keep telling
before.
you. I keep telling you. I mean, we'll talk about it when we get to that part of the episode. But somebody was right to say I don't think Kara has been in these last couple of seasons. Like I just don't like she needs to take a break. And like again, I believe CT said it later in the episode that vets shouldn't rely on their names. I mean, yes, that plays a part, but at the same time, like, no, like, we need to drop the dead weight expeditiously. And somebody was, I mean, blue team loses. We all know that. Orange team wins. So when we start to talk about the who should get nominated, Cara was like, "What do you want me to do? Nominate myself?" Yes,
I
that's
mean, I understand for the team that is what they would want her to do, but for me, it's still gonna be a no. Even if even if she's the reason, it's still a no. Like no, like yes, I feel bad. I'm really sorry that that happened. I'm also not going to nominate myself, so I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
Like because it's still a game. I'm still trying to win. Like.
But you're
I've
the
been doing
captain
very
this week.
badly. She has been doing bad, but I still don't fault her or anybody for not nominating themselves. Like that just is not a thing that you have to do or
But I think at the same time, to a certain extent, yes, self-nomination is never a good thing. But at the
Mhm.
same time, to build up your team morale when everybody is literally against you right now, just to show them like, hey, my bad. I did, I messed up. Let me show y'all that I really want to be here. Let me show y'all that I am in this. Let me show y'all that I am a tough competitor and just take it on the chin. Like, yeah, self-nomination, it could go either way, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like, come on now. Our team at this point is giving you're sabotaging us. Like this is my rookie season.
I really don't
My
think she's
rookie season.
sabotaging.
You're
I just think
not
she's
you're
getting
not
bad.
leading the team. you're a hindrance. Like
Mhm.
Letty said, we're not talking gameplay. Y'all not giving us advice on how to play the game, how to navigate, coming up with a strategy, even if we do lose, how to like make sure our team are still strong. Like, okay, if we throw me in, if I'm Letty, if we throw me in, who should I try to advocate to get if we already know that, we're going in? So it's like, but we're not even doing that. So yeah, I think again,
I think it's
self-nomination
not
is
a.
like good, but
I get it. If you like, but I just don't like. It's not fair for them, but a lot of this game in general is not fair. Like it's not like, even if like okay, let's go overall. Like you just can't people we just can't be like, oh, it's not fair because Kara is protected in this thing like that, but she deserves to go in. She messed it up. It's her fault. But then you go with Letty. Why was she not a consideration? Because she is dating or whatever with bananas. That's not fair for Anna Lee. So I'm just automatically going in because these two people are protected. So I just think that's just the cards at this moment. And that's how like the cookie crumbles. Like that's also part of like they're like she's a vet. What does she bring to the table? Obviously, relationships with people that can save me.
yeah.
Obviously, I got people that's why I'm not in there. And that's when being a vet matters. And so I don't know. I do feel really bad for Anna Lee being on like the only option on that team. It seems for the girls to go in. Um, and yeah, so she needs to create more relationships, but it is
How can
a
I at the
terrible
same
position to be
time
in. What you say?
say how can I at the same time where one
Yeah, I
people that I
agree.
truly need is my team, and my team is not really they're throwing me to the wolves. But
Yeah.
do you get to the club and this goes more into Kara, is that Josh rightfully so calls her out and say,
Yeah,
hey,
she was wrong.
look, do you want to be here? Like you're this tough competitor. You did 16 seasons. You got all these accolades, but from what I see, it's not given that. And I think that he was right. And Nelson also said that his delivery could have been better, but at the same time, well, we'll get to Josh overall. I'm pretty sure eventually with everything that is being said. But he does come off a little abrasive in general. But at the same time, why should I sugarcoat it? Like, look here, something needs to change. Like,
He don't have to sugarcoat it, but if you
yeah,
do want me to throw myself in, you might want to sugarcoat it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if
yeah,
I was considering throwing myself in, now I'm not because
yeah,
now this person is defensive. You too intense right now. So yeah, I'm back against the wall. I'm gonna push back.
yeah.
Some
But
if somebody like make you feel bad about it in a way that's like I believe you can do this for the betterment of our team, for the betterment of yourself, but maybe she would consider something like that. But you coming at her that way is like kind of how she reacted. Who are you? You're a rookie. Who are you to try to come at me? I done been doing this for 16 years.
exactly, yes, you've been here 16 years and look how you're performing.
Yes, I
So
I
even
understand
though,
all
so
of
I
that. I'm
feel
just
like
saying a way to convince her to do it. I'm
I
just saying that ain't a
understand
way to
that.
convince her.
I understand that, but I feel like in this particular conversation, in this particular season, like Josh
Yeah,
said, every other season don't matter because we're in this season, and the way you're
I
performing is
agree.
not that. And even Kara said it herself that her head is not in the game. So everything that Josh was saying, she basically validated.
It's true. I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm saying we are in this game, and my performance in this game impacts our team, but also my performance in those games is why my I'm not going in as well. So
Because
you know what I mean?
you're
Like
not
it's
going
every
in. You're
huh?
not going in. Our team is still being chopped. You
I
can't win.
understand,
You can't win this by
but
yourself. This is a team season. You need us as much as we need
it
need
is a team
they
season. But
need
I
you.
guarantee it is a team season, but I guarantee they're not gonna get down to one and keep playing. No. So they're gonna put me on a different team, baby. Like I mean, they can prove us wrong because I would prefer though that they did something where they stick to the rules of the game, like stick to their word. But
Yeah.
you know the challenge is not gonna do that, just like with the skulls and things like that. When it come down to the end and it's uh 20 people left in the game and 10 people ain't got a skull, they're gonna give them an opportunity to get a skull. So we don't like we I don't like that.
Yeah.
But that's what they're gonna do. So they're not gonna let it get down to one person, then just eliminate them. No, if it get down to too little, they're gonna put that person on another team or redistribute the team. But maybe they'll prove me wrong and they'll really
Yeah, so we get back to the house. There's some conversations on the great team about Nerese and kind of that she's going to be the automatic vote. Um, it was going to be well, it is between Nerese and Sydney. However, they want to convince Leo to put mainly Sydney wants to convince Leo to put Adrienne up because they know that Izzy being the captain would not put Adrienne up and that nobody was going to vote Sydney anyway. So Nerese is the automatic vote. But before we even get there, there's some conversations and some canoodling happen. And they can say they can forget these cameras are rolling or they won't.
I don't know how
But
you can forget the cameras that much.
maybe if I'm married,
I don't know
I have not
how
tested
in
that
what world you can forget the
theory.
cameras that much but that you
Risk your marriage.
yeah. Yeah, so she didn't actually like physically do anything. But it was a bit much for somebody who is married. I saw online that she did make a statement, apologizing. She said her and her husband have talked about this months beforehand because obviously it's filmed in advance.
Yeah.
So they've already, discussed this and everything. And, she is disappointed and people were disappointed or whatever. So she did make a statement, which is good. But that was, yeah, yeah, forgetting the cameras that much is.
Yeah. So just to clarify what we're talking about, Anna Lee and Leo, they are having an attraction to get towards each other. Anna Lee says that, when you're in a relationship for a long time or whatever the case may be, that's having that validation from someone outside of the marriage is, welcomed, but as we said, some of the things that was said seem to be pushing the boundaries, but like you said, she didn't cross those, which are good. And of course, which also, I guess, begs the question why the season took so long, almost a year to play out. I wonder if it is because of the whole Josh situation that is being alluded to. So I wonder if
Mm.
they needed to figure that out before they put it out. Because I'm pretty sure they probably had to cut some editing. But back to this, we get to the nominations, or we get to a conversation with Nerese, Izzy, Tori, and Michelle, and Nerese is just feeling overwhelmed because she knows that she's going in, but she just feels like one, Chris didn't have her back when she, burned a bridge with Leo to protect him, which we said last week that was going to come to bite her, but also that, just being an automatic vote is like, you know, not a good feeling, which I agree. But at the same time, it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black because y'all kind of, well, no.
Yeah, they kind of,
I
this
was
is
about to say,
the great team,
they didn't
right?
do
This
that
is the
with,
great team.
yeah, I was about to say, did they
But
do that
this is
with
what
Game
they
of Thrones?
did to like Keanu.
But I don't think I think it was still split.
No, I'm saying for Keanu, it was a foregone conclusion that
Yeah,
he
but
was
yeah,
gonna get
that's what
first
I'm
going
alluding
in.
at. That is the
So
pot color. Yeah.
yeah, so it is. It's like I love Nerys. I love Nerys. So of course I don't want her to go in, but this is the same situation. I think just when you're in the situation, it feels like super unfair.
Yeah.
But last week they were literally like, Keanu's going in, like there's no debate about it, whatever. So it's the same, it's the same thing. And she did kind of burn that bridge with Leo, but also with Leo being like, upset is also kind of like the same thing because Leo would also do the same thing to Nerys. Like,
Yeah.
like if he had the opportunity last week, just like this, no matter, even if like we had talked about, even if Nerys did not say Leo's name last week, he was still going to say her name this week.
Yeah.
Like, again, I think he would have felt bad about saying it this week, but he still would have said it and then he would have felt bad, but he still would have did it either way, I think.
Yeah.
There was no way Leo, I think, would have jeopardized his game to and said Sydney's name over saying Nori's name. I just don't think there's a way that that would have happened.
Yeah. I think it was more so just not just having 7 votes on you versus at least 2 or 3 being thrown towards Sydney, just to like show some type of support. But yeah, I definitely think that regardless of what would have happened, it would have played out the same. Maybe one less vote for her, but yeah, I do.
I appreciated Corey as well, not
They
uh
he
sticking by
stood up.
that because that's his friend, but also
You
that's
know,
a
one
long
thing
game
Corey
as
gonna do is
well.
go against the grain,
Yeah,
regardless of
yeah. Yeah, that's his friend, which I don't think he was thinking like strategically about it, but it could be a good strategic decision. I don't think it was strategic, but I'm saying in the long run, Nerese is a person that people want to cast. So
Yeah,
Nerese will more than likely be back in another season,
yeah.
and she's gonna have Corey's back.
Yeah, I do think that because he does have a conversation with Adrian and he was like his roster is open. So although I do think his not voting for Nerese is genuine, but I also do think that he was kind of like if she go home, my number one is open.
Yeah,
So
I mean, just having those conversations, whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
but I think he was.
Um
I appreciate that he did that for Nerese, even though it doesn't matter. But it's the what's it called? The principle of it.
Yeah, thought that counts. We do see Nerese go in on Sydney and say that, she is fake and that she always talking behind people back. And don't get me wrong, Sydney do her ego is something else. And I do think that she is, like somebody said, scared to go into the elimination because I think she is relying that she's just gonna skate to the final and then just try to
Yeah,
outperform. But
yeah,
I do think that this season she's going to see the elimination. Know. I don't know how she would do in an elimination. I don't
yeah. I
think.
don't know how she would do it. I think Sydney. I think I've heard this somewhere before, but Sydney will do good in most finals. I think in a
Yeah.
final, like in like running endurance, have like a event that's spread out across a good
Mhm.
amount of time, but an elimination that's unpredictable, that's timed, that have to happen right now. I think that's where if they're trying to get her out, that's where they need to get her out. But
Yeah.
you giving her time to like in a
The
final to
final. Yeah.
catch up with you, to stop at checkpoints, to pass you. No, you need to do an elimination in a hall brawl, a pole wrestle, something like that. Do they have the girls do hall brawls?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, I can't remember that many times a girl did a hall brawl. That's why I'm like, did a girl do a hall brawl? But
Yeah.
like something,
It's usually a rotation. I don't think we had. Typically, the girls do a hall brawl. I think when it's more so partner seasons.
hmm, okay. But yeah, that's where they need to take Sydney out if they're trying to take her out. That's the best. And that's why I think that she kind of recognizes that too. Like it's an unpredictable thing. So she probably that's why she's more seems more hesitant to go down there as opposed to like if I get to the final, all of them going to lose. I'm definitely going to be top contender. Like the way she speaks about the final in the game, but she doesn't like speak as like full, like as much about the elimination because I think it's like an unpredictable thing for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. So like we said, Nerese got voted into the choice for the orange team. And Adrian was the other one. However, Izzy didn't pick Adrian. So
Yeah.
Nerese was going into the elimination. And because, like we said, Letty is canoodled with bananas, and Kara and CT are closed, and a lot of the other vets are on the orange team. She was protected, so Anna Lee was the only choice, and she went down into the elimination against Nerese. This elimination was called I've Got You Pegged, where contestants must pull out 15 poles of varying lengths from a drywall, then arrange the poles among the 15 holes that are protruding um, ends of each pole until each protruding end of the pole are leveled, and the first contestant to finish wins. it was pretty even, I think, up until Nuri stopped pulling out her pieces and focused on the puzzle.
You think that's what? No, I don't think that's what set her behind.
Because she didn't have anything else to do. She would have still, even if she finished the puzzle, she was missing pieces. So she couldn't even get the grasp or to make sure every other piece was in place because she was missing pieces.
But that's not what set her behind. She was missing. So it was 7 to 11. So she had stopped. It was like around that when she had stopped, right? No, no. Am I tripping? No, no. It was like 10 to 14. Sorry, sorry, 10 to 14. And so she still had like a couple more to get. Even if she would have kept trying to go back and get those, not Letty, was Annalie did not take a long time to solve it. So she would have never got all of her pieces before Annalie solved the puzzle.
No, I'm not saying so. Yes, that's true. I do think either way it would have went. Most likely she would have lost if she, but I'm saying if she had all her pieces, it would have put her in a better position to beat Anna Lee. Even if let's say if they because she wasn't, I mean she was kind of far behind, but let's say hypothetically she was able to make it up that time and then she had like the full visual of the pieces. I think that when Michelle and Corey was helping her, it would have gave them a better picture because then they could see, okay, this piece needs to go here, this piece needs to go here, instead of trying to work around three or four pieces missing, because
Yeah.
those spots could also dictate where the other pieces may or may not go.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
that's what I think her downfall was. Um, but yeah, I mean, did I want to see Nerys go? No. However, I didn't want the blue team to lose either
Yeah, yeah,
because
I agree. The
I
same.
just
Yeah,
didn't want.
they don't have enough people.
Yeah, I just don't want the season to be. I mean, it's already just turning out to be a blowout, and with all the drama that, like we've been saying all this review, that seems to might be happening in the next couple of episodes. It's just like I just want to see the blue team sort of win before they implode even more.
Yeah, but we know that I don't think it's gonna happen
Yeah,
or before before like the big thing happens. But yeah, I think the blue team is pretty done for,
DOA.
unfortunately.
Yeah, they were DOA. So TJ does let us know that they will be switching captains, but this time they will only have one permanent captain. And they don't know what the advantage of that be will
Well,
be.
we know it from I think we saw in the super trailer. Um, the advantage is that whoever the winning team, if I'm getting this correct, I think that's what I saw in the trailer. The thing that's gonna be the decider is that at the end, whoever team wins, um, the captain
If
decides
if
if
they
they get
split
to
it.
keep all the money or split it.
Yeah. But I
So
think that was the
yeah.
same rule they already know about. So I don't know if there's going to be other stuff to it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's something else. But yeah, if that's like, if you're even considering that, obviously
Not
you
bananas.
you wouldn't put bananas, and even if bananas would be in his mind or whatever would be like,
You
I would
would have
never do
to
that
go.
again. You
Yeah.
said what? Yeah,
You would have to go.
even if he really wouldn't do that again, there's no way you could ever
Trust.
trust that really would be. So unfortunately, he would be out, and no person would really put him in that
Yeah.
position. I highly doubt it. And I really, if I had to guess, like, okay, I'm thinking of the teams right now. If I had to guess for the blue team, captain is going to be,
It's going to be Anna Lee or Josh.
you think so? I think they'll make Nelson.
No.
I mean, I don't think
He's
it,
clearly, I don't think they're going to choose the vets. I think Letty, Josh, and Anna Lee are going
oh,
to be
okay,
together.
yeah. I personally think either Letty or
Yes.
Nelson though. I
Sidebar.
not as far as strength, but I think Josh is like too intense
Yeah.
and they won't put him in charge of them.
Yeah.
No. They'll put
Yeah, I see
either
that, but I do think out of their options, like I was saying, sidebar, Letty's starting to grow on me. The little victory twerk on the
oh
doc-
yeah.
And then the whole Johnny interaction talking about how you know what color my underwear are. I never told you that.
He's talking about some
Um,
CT told me. He said, she was like, how does CT know? What are you talking about?
yeah, she has started to grow on me. But I don't think she's serious enough to want to be captain. But so that's why I said I think between the two it's gonna be Anna Lee and Josh.
Okay, well, we can
And
make a
then
bet. Yeah, I
for
think
the
it's gonna
great
be them
team, for
or
the great
Lee.
team, I think they're gonna put Chris back in the leader position. It's either
They
him or
will.
Whitney.
They
But
will.
I think his
I'm pretty sure.
cut or dry going to be Chris. And the orange team, I think they got too many
I think they
variables.
what do you say you think they got too many what?
Variables. For some reason,
I
I feel
think they're
like
gonna make it either CT or
I feel like they're gonna be stupid enough to try to pick Johnny, or Johnny gonna like advocate.
they're not going to make it Johnny. I'm telling you, they're not.
I don't think they're gonna
They
make it
got too many
CT.
people on there that were there previous. Like, I think if it was rookies, he probably could convince them to do it. But
Yeah,
they have Tori, CT. They have people on there that and Michelle. They have too many people on there that ain't gonna let it happen.
yeah.
So,
I don't think CT is going to be it either. I do think it's going to be between Michelle or Tori.
Michelle would be a good. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
But I really think CT might be a contender
I
for
would
the
say he's
position.
like third choice, but I think Michelle and Tori are like
I could
the
see
higher
that.
pecker or pecking order, especially because nobody trusts bananas. So out of everybody that's the rest of their team, I think they would choose to put someone a little bit more reasonable in that position.
Yeah, if they put bananas, that's just crazy. But I really think that team has too many vets, and they're not gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
If he was playing
Especially,
with,
yeah.
you said what?
So especially because they know bananas history.
Yeah, and they were like there, most of them, a few of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really think it's gonna be. I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm gonna say CT or Michelle, but you said Tori or Michelle.
Yeah. But that was it for the episode. I mean, this season is starting to, it has peaks and valleys. There are interesting things, but I just feel like these dailies haven't really been given the chutzpah that we need.
I was okay with the daily today. I mean, last episode I didn't like the daily, but I was okay with this
I
one
mean,
more.
in theory, the daily was good. I just felt like it was kind of just eh. Because
I feel like,
until other teams start to like until there's a variety in who's winning and kind of how the game is played, I don't like when it's just one team dominant. That was the same issue I had with world champions or yeah, when Argentina was blown out in the first
but what
couple.
they supposed to do? Blue ain't winning.
I
What you want
understand
them
that,
to do?
but it's just like I don't like when one team just dominates
But it's
because
not
it's
just
just
one team. The first two episodes,
essentially
great.
Orange is had all the wins.
But I'm saying the first two episodes, it was great. These last two episodes, it was orange. What do you mean? It's two separate teams. It's only three teams.
Like I said, basically the same players are dominating.
It's only three. Shit. It's
I
two of them.
said I said what I said.
What, what do you mean? There's two out of three.
I said what I said.
It's not their fault Blue got winning. Blue had an opportunity to win this episode. They could have won. If there was ever a challenge that they could have won, it would have one that where having the less people could guarantee you to win.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love Orange, so I mean, I'm sorry, that's the team. Yeah, that's the team I'm rooting for is Orange. So
Well, that's our recap and review.
yes, so that's our recap and review, guys. Please let us know what you thought of episode 4. Like and subscribe, leave us a comment down below, and we will see you on our next one. Peace.